Hello, I'm Teresa Quadras. Welcome. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I'm here to talk with you about a model that I developed for my Living with Intention class. And the working title is the ARC Model of Equanimity. And I've become fascinated with the idea of equanimity and what is it and what does it take to practice it. So I'm just going to give you the definition of equanimity so you know what we're working with here. Mental calmness, composure, and evenness of temper, especially in a difficult situation. So that's the goal of the ARC model. And I developed it for my Living with Intention class in thinking about what does it mean to live intentionally, what does it take. I think most of us, all of us, go through life reacting to whatever situation presents itself. It's sort of just this automatic reactivity. And that's kind of the opposite of living with intention. Living with intention actually requires you to stop and pay attention and take that moment to think about how you want to respond to a situation. And so the ARC model is a way of really having more agency of how we live our lives. And it has to do also with letting go of resistance. Shauna Shapiro talks about, she has this equation that she learned from one of her teachers that says, suffering equals pain times resistance. Humans are going to experience pain. We're going to be in painful situations, but we suffer more when we add in this layer of resistance. So this is a way to explore a piece of that. And some of my other videos about self-companionship will also support that process. But the ARC model is a way to kind of make that shift in the moment if you're in a difficult situation or you're having difficult emotions. And so the A is for attention and awareness. The R is the realistic reframe. And the C is compassionate choice. So let's go through those. Starting with attention and awareness. So the first thing is to realize that something is happening that needs your attention. Just recognizing, oh, I'm feeling tense right now, or I feel stuck, or this person is really upset and I'm not sure how to respond. Just noticing that something needs your attention, then expanding your awareness a little bit. Can you step back and observe the situation? Can you be a kind observer and see what comes into your awareness? How does this feel in my body? What thoughts are coming up? What emotions are coming up? Just kind of expand your awareness, and maybe to the other person or the situation as well. And once you have more awareness of the situation, you're really paying attention, then you can move to the realistic reframe. And that is moving from comparison and judgment to acceptance and curiosity. That can be harder than it sounds, but most of our reactions to things have to do with comparison and judgment. You compare whatever's happening to what you think should be happening. Or maybe you imagine how things are going to go, and things are going differently than that. You're comparing the reality of it to the way you thought it would be. Or you're comparing yourself to other people and making a judgment based on that. Or you're comparing other people to your expectations of them and making a judgment from there. It's automatic for us to make judgments. That's part of how we survive in the world, making those quick judgments. We have to, but it's not always appropriate. And so, can you step back and just for a moment, see if you can set aside those comparisons, set aside those judgments just for now, and see if you can move into a more welcoming feeling of acceptance. Now, acceptance is not condoning somebody's bad behavior. It's not giving in to something. It's not giving up on something. It's really just accepting this is the reality that I'm in right now. Doesn't mean you like it. It doesn't mean you don't want to change it. It just means that you're recognizing the reality of it. If you're spending all of your energy resisting the reality that you're in and pretending it's not the reality that you're in, you're wasting your energy because this is your reality. And can you just accept it as that. This is what's happening right here, right now. Bringing some acceptance to that. You have to start where you are. You can't start where you are unless you accept where you are. So this is where I am. These are the feelings that are coming up. This is what this other person's behavior is. This is the situation I found myself in. That's all. Just recognizing the reality that you're in. And then from there, you can bring in a sense of curiosity. So this step is acceptance and curiosity. And when you bring curiosity to a situation, that's the opposite of the comparison and judgment phase, right? When you're curious about something, it really shifts your reaction to it, your feelings about it. So how can you bring curiosity to a situation? Okay. I'm recognizing this is the reality that I'm in. I wonder how I got here, or I wonder what it is that's making me so reactive to this. Or I'm curious about these emotions that are coming up. What are they trying to tell me? Or I'm curious about my somatic experience of this. How am I feeling this in my body? Oh, boy, I really feel my shoulders tense up. I wonder if there's something I can learn from the feeling in my shoulders. Or I'm curious about this other person's behavior. I've been really reactive to it, but I wonder if they're struggling with something. I wonder what's making them behave this way. So just bringing in some curiosity to whatever the situation is, whatever you've been reacting to, however you're carrying that, shifting to that curiosity really can make a difference with how you experience it and how you proceed. So if you can really feel that sense of acceptance and curiosity, then you can move in to the C, compassionate choice. And so that is just bringing some compassion to the situation. Oh, yeah, I'm feeling some big feelings right now because this is hard. Or this is reminding me of something that was hard. And maybe this situation is not that big of a deal, but it's bringing up reactions because something like this was really hard in the past. Or, oh, this person, I'm reacting to them. I don't like the way they're behaving, but they are another human being struggling through life doing the best they can. Can I bring some compassion to them? So just opening up some space to bring compassion for yourself, for the other people. And from there, make a choice of how you want to respond. Not reacting, but responding. From there, you can have a larger picture and respond to the situation with more of that equanimity that we were talking about. You can respond with integrity and authenticity because you've taken that moment to shift out of that reactive place and really bring some warmth and kindness and curiosity to and acceptance to the situation. And that's where you make good choices. That's where you can live with intention. You can respond more intentionally. So give that a try. Experiment a little bit with this. It sounds like a lot, but it's really, once you've kind of integrated it or practiced it, just tried it out a few times or just write it down, what the letters stand for, you can start moving through this really quickly. If I notice that I have some tension building up or I feel really stuck with something or even somatically my body is responding to something, right now I can just say, oh, arc model, and that I immediately move into this place of observing instead of being in it. And I kind of relax into that, letting go of the judgment, accepting the situation, and I can just feel myself shift, bringing in some curiosity and some compassion, and that's all. And I'm in a new place and I can respond very, very differently. So it really doesn't take long once you get the hang of it. I really hope that you'll experiment with it a little bit. Try it out and see if using this regularly can actually allow you to live more intentionally and maybe even improve the quality of your life. So I hope you find it helpful. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.